They ban Black history in school, and you'll be shocked why. We are going to delve into a topic that might leave you surprised, disappointed, and angry all at once. We're talking about the shocking truth behind the banning of Black history in our school curriculums. So they have banned the schools. Yes, they literally put the future of the students at stake. But why? The reason is more shocking. To understand this, we need to go back in time and examine the roots of this sinister practice from the 19th century to the 20th century. Black history was deliberately suppressed by white leadership to maintain control and power and uphold racist ideologies. As we dig into the historical accounts, we'll begin to see a pattern of violence and discrimination inflicted upon Black communities. Let's start with the Atlanta Massacre of 1906. Atlanta, once a bustling city, became the epicenter of the regional economy, drawing in a significant Black population. However, with this growth came challenges, and white leadership responded by implementing restrictions to control the behavior of the burgeoning Black working class. The social intermingling of the races was frowned upon, leading to an expansion of Jim Crow segregation, further deepening racial tensions. Fast forward to the Rosewood Massacre of 1923 in Florida. The thriving Black community of Rosewood was a haven of prosperity and peace until a horrifying incident of racial violence turned everything upside down. White mobs descended on the town, burning it to the ground and leaving a scar that would last for decades. The true death toll was hidden for years, with white historians largely ignoring the tragedy until much later. But why would anyone want to ban Black history in school? And you'll be shocked to know the real reason behind the removal of the stories of a significant part of our population. Children were literally not allowed to go to schools. It means that they were not allowed to take decisions. Then how are they supposed to enlighten themselves? Let's try to understand. Behind this dark conspiracy, the Springfield race riot of 1908 in Illinois played a crucial role. Here, tensions between Black and white residents escalated, leading to a deadly riot and leaving 6 Black people lynched and hundreds driven out of Springfield. The aftermath of this riot contributed to the formation of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, or NAACP, in 1909, which aimed to fight against racial violence and discrimination. The Slocum Massacre of 1910 in Texas was a brutal event targeted at Blacks, resulting in the deaths of numerous African Americans. The incident remained buried in history until investigative efforts unveiled the horrific details in the 1980s. These are just a few instances of the violence and oppression faced by Black Americans throughout history, and they paint a grim picture of the realities of our Black brothers and sisters and what they have endured. So why isn't this history being taught in our schools? The truth is, the omission of Black history from curriculums was a deliberate act perpetuated by white supremacists who wanted to maintain the status quo of racial segregation and oppression. By erasing these stories from textbooks, they sought to perpetuate a distorted narrative that diminished the contributions and resilience of Black people throughout history. This intentional erasure aimed to reinforce stereotypes and maintain a false sense of superiority among white Americans. It was a means to ensure that Black individuals were seen as lesser, that their voices were silenced, and their achievements were disregarded. Unfortunately, this trend of erasing Black history continues to persist in some parts of our education system. The consequences of this erasure are profound. Black students are deprived of the opportunity to learn about their heritage, culture, and the struggles their ancestors faced and overcame. Conversely, white students are robbed of a comprehensive understanding of American history and the role Black Americans played in shaping our nation. Now let's examine the profound impact this erasure has had on our communities and the urgent need for acknowledgement. The erasure of Black history from school curriculums has left a deep and lasting impact on Black communities. When students are not taught about the struggles, achievements, and contributions of their ancestors, it creates a sense of disconnection and alienation. It reinforces the idea that Black history is somehow separate from American history, when in fact it is an integral part of the fabric that makes up our nation. By failing to acknowledge Black history, we are perpetuating a cycle of ignorance and perpetuating harmful stereotypes. This lack of understanding contributes to the perpetuation of systemic racism and the marginalization of black individuals in society. It leaves young minds ill-equipped to confront issues of race and discrimination, hindering the progress toward a more inclusive and equitable society. Furthermore, the erasure of black history denies all students the opportunity to learn about the struggles and resilience of black Americans in the face of adversity. It prevents them from understanding the historical context of racial disparities and the ongoing fight for civil rights. With